Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie. If you are new here, I do all kinds of lifestyle videos, vlogs, motherhood type videos, but I also really like to share our budget every month. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you subscribe. So let's just talk about it. I'm in my new house. This is all of our decor that's still not on the walls anywhere. Everything's kind of a mess. It is June 15th. We moved in June 1st, and it's been crazy the last 2 weeks. Let me turn my phone on, do not disturb. Moving with an infant is no joke. All of this will be in the vlogs when I have time to edit them. We moved into a house that really wasn't cleaned, and then just like trying to put things together with an infant is impossible. Ben went back to work this week, so we just don't have as much done as I would like to have done, and it is what it is. But I have a couple minutes to do this right now. It's 6:14 p.m. That's my random intro of just how discombobulated I'm feeling. So if this happens to be a little bit all over the place, don't mind me. But today is a May budget recap. It's a little bit late, obviously, because I was moving. But I wanted to show you guys what we ended up spending. The June budget will also include a lot of our move. But so you'll see some of this, and if you're interested in seeing like how much we spent and things that happened, then watch this budget and the next one, because it's very interesting. Let's jump into this right now. And I keep playing with my hair. I need to stop. Okay. Here's my budget. If you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my computer right now, but this is our budget. I always black out our income. We had about $1,392.68 of rollover last month from April, which I don't think I put in our savings. Maybe I did actually. And then miscellaneous, we had about $2,100 come into our account. However, most of that is savings, so I'm going to explain that to you. We had a little bit of a tax refund, which I talked about in the last video. Apparently, we did get a very small tax refund, even though I thought we weren't getting anything, although we still owe money to someone, but it hasn't come out yet. We got like a couple of reimbursements, a gift for dinner from a friend, and then I had to pull over $1,500 at the end of the month, which you'll see because thankfully we have Ally, which is like an online bank, and they automatically will pull over money from your savings if like you're gonna go over. Sorry if you can hear our wind chimes going crazy outside, but we had to pull over $1,500 at the end of the month because the U-Haul was supposed to pull from our credit card, but Ben accidentally put it on his checking account card, our regular card, and we didn't like. I thought it was gonna pull June 1st, so the money, or May 31st, so the money would have been in there, but it pulled May 30th. So we actually, like, our account pulled money from savings, and then I had to pull even more money from savings. But you'll see in June's budget that I paid that back immediately as soon as Ben got paid. But that is why technically we got $1,500 that came in from savings, but it went right back into it. It was our last month of rent, so it was $16.95, our last month of very cheap rent. And then all of these are basically the same. I think only a couple of these like little things down here were off by a little bit. That's just our fixed expenses, so those rarely change, which is why I'm not going deep into that. Next is our debt. Currently we are not paying on our personal loan, although we will be starting that soon. Okay, our air conditioner just turned on, so if you hear that, I tried to turn it off, but I have no idea how to. But anyway, so our debt basically is the same as normal. I know that our loans will be going back up at some point. I think I put June 2023, but they didn't go up this month. So we paid about $760 in debt this month. If you move on to variable expenses, we spent $514 on groceries last month, which was much less than I had budgeted because we spent a little bit more on restaurants than I was anticipating. There goes the air conditioner, but it wasn't anything crazy. So we basically just didn't spend a ton on groceries. We were very under budget on Costco as well. The groceries in Costco, we were trying to get rid of anything bulk because we ended up having to throw away a good amount of food, which I didn't want to do, but we didn't have the space for it. And then The day of our packing, we had like our family helping us pack, which was super nice, but they were just like trying to do it as quickly as possible. I was with Ivy most of the time. Ben was, I don't know what, like helping and doing all that stuff. Our freezer bags were packed, so we couldn't bring any of our cold stuff with. So we were gonna keep some of our cold stuff and ended up having to throw some of it away, which kind of sucked, but that's what happens when people are helping you move and they have no idea what they're supposed to move and what they're not. It's not their fault, it's nobody's fault, so it is what it is. We spent $348 on restaurants and coffee shops. Looks like I added $50, the gift that we got from someone to go out to dinner. I added that here. So we spent just about $48 over budget, $49. And you can see over here a couple of restaurants and coffee and things like that. So that actually isn't terrible, especially because all of our food budget was down. We were like really trying to eat food out of our freezer, just trying to be good. Medication and supplements, we were under budget by about $36. Household, we were under budget by $51. It looks like my Billy razors pulled, which I ended up canceling the subscription because it keeps pulling even though I keep thinking that I canceled it. So Target, we got a car cleaner thing, and I bought a sleep sack for, or like a sleep bag, sleep sack, I don't remember what they're called, for Ivy from Kite Baby. Beauty, spent $60. I got my nails done in May. Oh, the other thing that I'm just thinking of, I think a little bit of stuff for like beauty and then maybe like groceries we paid for with cash because we sold a bunch of stuff before we left as well, like our table, a chair, a desk, all kinds of stuff. So a lot of that was paid for in cash. And because of that, like Ben's haircut, he just paid for with cash and a couple other things. So that's not in this budget obviously though, because I can't see it via my Ally account. And then personal spending, again, another like automatic shipment that I didn't realize was set to automatic, which I'm usually really good at that stuff. So this is stuff I must have set up during my pregnancy and I just like don't remember. So yeah, I had something from Osea ship that I wasn't ready for. And then I got this birdie alarm thing. Ben bought it for me. It basically is like, if you're ever like in a dangerous situation, you pull it and it makes like this extremely loud siren sound, so that like it's like a form of self-protection basically. So got that. So we were under budget by 40 cents in that budget. Moving on to doctors, this one we were over budget because I actually pulled our hospital bill from our regular account. I would have pulled that from savings, but we had enough in the account, so I paid it that way, which is why, hopefully this isn't too confusing, but this is why at the end of the month we didn't have enough for the U-Haul in there. Again, because I thought it was being pulled from our credit card, so I wasn't worried about it. I was just gonna pay it off the next day. Because I had paid our hospital bill out of our account, we just didn't have the money in there, but it all evened out anyway. But yeah, so I am grateful that we had an additional $1,200 almost to pay for my hospital bill, and now I don't have to pay anything anymore, and I can just leave that situation behind and deal with it in therapy. Moving on, we were about $45 under budget in utilities. For our car, we were about $87 under budget, and we only got gas 3 times, and I believe, yeah, I count gas for our move in June's budget, so you'll see that at the end of June. Cora and Finn, we were under budget by $30, and miscellaneous, we were under budget by $148. We had to pay the accountant, which was very expensive, and then I had to pay like a change of address fee. So we spent $4,085.62, so we were technically over budget in that area by $560, but that's because I paid our hospital bill out of there. For the most part, we were actually under budget. Moving on to this last little miscellaneous category, gifts. We ended up spending $130. Ben bought me flowers for Mother's Day, and apparently they were $130, which I appreciate. but that's insane. Whatever, it was very nice. We didn't really do anything else for Mother's Day, so I feel like it was very special. And then I had put $2,270.11 into our savings at the beginning of the month. That would have been our rollover, and then the payment that we got from a business that Ben used to be a part of. So that went straight into savings, which is great. I believe our savings, let me just check, is at $8,179. I can delete all this because this doesn't make sense anymore, but yeah, which is great for us. We haven't had to pull anything from savings quite yet. But then, let's see, our Thrive Market renewed. It was $60. If you watched my budgeting for May, you would know that I was way off on that. I thought it was like $15, but apparently it was $60. And then travel, I was over budget by $10. We paid for like the second half of 2 Airbnbs. So I believe in total we ended up paying like $600 for Airbnbs. I don't remember, but it was worth it. But it definitely was a very expensive trip. If you would like me to put together like all that we spent just on the move, let me know. Otherwise you can kind of see it between the two months. But so we spent $2,970.79 between from miscellaneous, but most of that is savings. So in total we spent almost $10,000 last month, which is insane. It was $9,912.49, and I had $1,968.90 technically left over in our budget that got put to rollover. But really what that was that additional, like, it was just the timing of like my Ally account pulls things out of my account when it's pending. So I had like all this stuff pending that should have been coming out in June's budget. So it's very confusing, but basically all the money that we took out of savings went right back into savings. I feel like this has been a little all over the place, but that's how my brain is right now. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this, but this was where May was at. May was a pretty crazy month mentally, so I'm glad that we, you know, took care of ourselves, but we didn't go over budget on anything, especially once you see June's budget, because it is June 15th and we are very over budget on all categories at this time. So that is my May budget recap. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.